2, 3, let me hear you say KO. Competition can't move me. Wrong's one thing you won't prove me. Bruce Lee, rhymes take a slug for your front two teeth. 1, 2, 3, let me hear you say KO. Competition can't move me. Wrong's one thing you won't prove me. Bruce Lee, rhymes take a slug for your front two teeth. I'm the kid.
YouTube, Kilo Score, maddenstudents.com. Bringing you guys another episode of Kilo's Corner. In this episode, we are going to be looking at the play ace spread curl flats, and we are going to be looking at the quote-unquote ultimate passing concept from my brand new ace ebook, available for free, by the way, at maddenstudents.com. Right here, we're running against man, guys. And against man, your read on this play is going to be simple. It's just going to be, once you get that isolation, just throw a little out route. It's going to be consistent. Basically, the three other receivers are going to have the same routes regardless of the read. And then once we, do the motion, we're going to be putting the receiver on the left there on an out route against man or an in route against zone. The out route against man is, that's just, nothing's going to stop that really other than excellent user coverage, or if they drop their defensive end into a purple zone out of man coverage, I suppose that would probably slow it down some. But defensive ends are pretty slow, so you could definitely just wait a second and still get the completion. So like I said, guys, the ebook's free. Just got to go over to www.maddenstudents.com, register an account, which is also free, and just take a look. When the defender's pressed up on the receiver like that, I like to do an outside slant instead of the out route because they seem to get better separation. So here we'll do it again, and this time I'll show it to you guys against the cover 2. We'll use the cover 2 here with the purples on it just to make it a little more difficult. If the purple route isn't on the field, that deep out is there all day. That's pretty much a guarantee. So you see we put them on the in route now, and against cover 2, the in route is what I like to throw. Basically, I just want to wait till he's even with that linebacker on the same side, and as soon as I see him even with him, just get the ball in there as hard as you can. Sometimes it's going to get knocked loose. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about that, but it's definitely good for a nice solid pickup most times, and he'll get right in there. Against cover 2, guys, you can also try the deep out. Sometimes the purple route will cover it, sometimes it won't. It's kind of up in the air, 50-50 kind of thing. But if you got a lot of confidence in your quarterback's ability to throw accurate passes, the deep route is definitely something you can give a shot at. Also, too, right there's some pressure. I rolled to the right, but rolling to the right also opens up that deep route as well against cover 2. Pretty much any zone, really, because the defenders start to pay attention to your quarterback, and they actually come off of their player. So here I believe oh, no, I'm sorry, I still went over the middle. Here we go against cover 3, guys, and this is the basic read. This is the I don't want to make any adjustments read. If you come up to the line and you see that one or both of your slot receivers are uncovered and the safeties rotate, don't even bother making adjustments. Just snap the ball and get it out to one of the slot receivers as quick as possible. You're going to pick up at minimum like 3 yards, and at maximum, a lot of yards if you get something like that where they seal the corner. So it's just, it makes more sense to, not even bother with the adjustments at that point and just go to town. But keep in mind, you have to see both. Number 1, at least one slot receiver has to be uncovered. Number 2, you have to see the safeties rotate. That's going to let you know that it's cover 3, and you just get it out there and hope for the best. But you're definitely going to at least pick something up. This time I'll switch it up to like a nickel cover 3 or something a little bit more defensive backs on the field. See there, the safeties rotate down, so now they're both covered. So now we're going to go with the adjustments: the streak, the smart routed out route, and then the drag route motioned over. And then, against zone, we always put that guy in an inside in route. Here your read is going to be that deep out, though, because it's just, it's going to get so much separation. And if they do start to, pull purples onto it and you start looking down that way and seeing something that doesn't look quite right, if they put a purple on the field, that means they took a hook zone off the field. So you can easily, dump it down to the shorter in route if necessary. But ideally, what we want is we want to be able to hit that deep out against cover three, which is the most popular zone coverage on the game, guys. People don't really run cover two like that. Here and there, you'll run into a few people that do, but for the most part, cover three is the zone that people run. So when you see that, you just want to get that ball deep, and that's good yards right there. I'd take that every play of the game, hands down, no questions asked. Now we're going to switch it up. I'll show you cover four. Cover four is actually very similar to the cover three. Actually, we'll go dime with the cover four just to give it a little bit more of a pass coverage look. But it's very similar to the cover three. Basically, your read is going to be that deep out. For some reason, purples with no flat zones don't seem to cover it because the purple route falls. Oh, he was wide open there. That was a bad throw. Purple zones, for some reason, when there's no flat zones on the field, they tend to take the shorter route. So rather than dropping back over top of that deep out, the purple zone is actually coming up on top of the flat route, which leaves us able to hit that deep route against cover four as well. So in cover four, very rarely will you see flat zones in a cover four. If you do, they're coming from the defensive end, and they're just not going to be there in time to really make much of a difference anyway with this concept. So you can see purple zone doesn't really mean anything. That flat route by the inside receiver just completely negates the purple, and you got a big gain there against cover four as well. Now, in the event that you see somebody go to a three-down lineman look, which it's pretty popular to try to use something like the 3-2-6 or even a quarters defense against a spread set. But again, if it's man coverage, you're just going to stick with the same thing. Man coverage, you'd put that guy that's left on the left on an out route and call it a day. But if you motion your guy and you see it's zone coverage, or you have an idea it's zone coverage to begin with, drop down to that halfback dive in your quick audibles and just motion the receiver to the gap you're running to and bust it up in there. If you're real insistent on throwing against a three-man line, which I highly recommend you just pound the rock against it, I like to throw the in route. And the reason for that is because there's usually way too much going on in a max coverage defense on the right side to spend the time to look for the open receiver. So rather than do that, I know when the defenses go max coverage, the weakness is short middle, and I like to get it into that in route. There was an example of waiting and hitting the deep out, but it doesn't happen very often. So if you guys want a copy of the free ebook, head over to www.maddenstudents.com and register. Hope to see you there, guys. Everything's free, and we got a great Madden community. Take care, guys. Peace.
1, 2, 3. Let me hear you say KO. Competition can't move me. Wrong's one thing you won't prove.